Hari Om everyone. Welcome to the class Dharma Ksehtra Bhagavad Gita contemplation. So we are in Vibhuti Yoga. We have just finished Vibhuti Yoga and we have moved to Vishvaroopa Darshana Yoga. Let us start with the prayer. Om Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Padmanam Vishnu Vande Jagadgurum. Yes. So, Vishvaroopa Darshana Yoga, I think last week I just gave a gist of what's happening. To repeat very quickly. So this particular chapter is not heavy on tattva. It's rather than Arjuna's response to Vishvaroopa, the Darshana he had, the glories, vibhutis, and then what God also elaborates on the vibhutis some more. So this is verses 1 to 4. Arjuna requests for a darshana. He says, I have heard enough of your vibhutis. It's very beautiful that you are in the moon, you're the sun, you are here, you are there, you are in the most uttama of all, everything. All that is fine, but I want to see you. I think a real bhakta, real mumukshu will have that desire sometime. I want to see God, Anta. You know, no matter how much you have heard the description of God, you want to see God. So that was the status of Arjuna. And so he requests Krishna, if you think I'm eligible, please give me your darshan. See, there also humility. Is not just demanding, show me anta. I'm your greatest bhakta, show me, I want to see you anta. Atarala. It is not a rajasic this thing. He's very, very softly, he says, if I'm eligible, if you think I deserve to see you, please give me your darshan. Then next few verses, Krishna agrees and gives Arjuna the divine vision to see, because it's not easy to just, with this charma-chakshu, you cannot see God, even if it's a physical form, just like how we cannot see the sun directly, at least during an eclipse, though you cannot, you should not also. So he's given he's given those glasses to see God. And then Sanjaya describes the beautiful, see, he has got Duradrushti, not Divya Drushti, but Duradrushti. He's seeing it as if he's seeing a picture on the screen, like how we might see, you know, Mahabharata enacted on the television. He is also seeing. And so Sanjaya describes the beautiful form of Vishvaroopa. So here, though this is not in one of the selected verses, the selected verses are just two, for which we have to really go and contemplate, 52, 53 and 54. But this verse is very beautiful and it is very famous. So let us just quickly go through it. This is verse number 12, which describes how beautiful he gives an idea of how that darshan might have been. This is a very famous verse. I think this Oppenheimer quoted this verse or something. Okay. So Sanjaya is describing how that the Vishvaroopa Darshana, Vishvaroopa must have felt. He says, Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yugapad Uthita Yedi Bhah Sadrashihi Sa Syad Bhasas Tasya Mahatmanaha. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapaddutita. If 1,000 suns were to blaze forth together in the sky, they would not match the splendor of that great form. So beautiful. So it's difficult to describe, yet Sanjaya is making an effort to, describe how it felt to see the darshan, to get the darshana of the Lord. One sun itself is lighting up the whole of our atmosphere, Earth. Imagine 2 suns, 3 suns, 1,000 suns. You know, just try to imagine how brilliant and how how fantastic it must have been. Together, if they all come up in the sky, even that would not match the splendor. That is the Vishvaroopa of the Lord. So this is one beautiful shloka. This is the 12th shloka of the Gita. This is very famous and it is quoted. And another thing is, this form is not, it doesn't burn you. It is a very calm kind of cold light. That's another thing. Because it's the, why is it cold? Why is it soothing? Why is it peaceful? Because it is Antarjyoti. It is Atmajyoti. It is not something from outside. It is my own light which is lighting up everything. It doesn't burn. Right? That we should remember here. It is not the scorching light of the sun. He is just talking about the brilliance of it. Right? And then it is the light of consciousness itself. Yes, Nirmala. That's why he was able to he was able to look inside himself. And see, all this is very metaphorical. It's difficult to kind of describe it, I guess. So it's the light of consciousness that he was seeing. All right. And then what happened? Naturally, Arjuna was overwhelmed by the form. It was overwhelmed. And then the next few verses, he goes into lyrical, ecstasy of, oh, how beautiful, how wonderful, and all that he says. And then in those few verses between 15 to 24, Arjuna describes how the entire world is illuminated by this form, and how all the devas, devatas, everyone is getting a darshan of this form, and all that he says. See, why do the devas and devatas get the darshan of this form as well, if Arjuna is getting? Because all our sense organs, etc., everything is ruled by devatas. Nothing happens without chakshu devata, shrotru devata. All our sense organs each have a devata. If you have done tattva bodha, you will know. The devata of the eyes are Surya. The devata of the mind is Chandra. The devata of vak is fire. The devata of ears is space. So all the devatas are also getting the darshan of the Lord. Okay. And then as he is describing the glory of the Lord, he becomes terrified also. He cannot bear to see it. Imagine if, imagine some people who have got stage fear. All of us would have gone through that stage. If a huge audience is there and you're on stage and the spotlight is on you and you're asked to talk. Just imagine how it would feel to have some, hundreds or 200 pairs of eyes on you. It will be quite intimidating, isn't it? It's bound to be intimidating to have so many pairs of eyes looking at you. So here in this Vishvaroopa Darshana, the whole of the cosmos is being displayed in this form. And the whole of cosmos is looking at Arjuna. Or he is looking at it. The past, the future, the present, all the animate, inanimate forms, and all, all the galaxies, not just Earth, everything, the entire universe is being displayed ekdam in one shot. See, in our Chanmachakshu, we can just see so limited. I can now just see the place where I'm sitting and that's all. But imagine this sudden expansion of vision and you see everything above, around, everything around you. It can be quite intimidating, and that is what happened to Arjuna. He asked for it, but then he's terrified, and he describes like all the rivers are rushing into the ocean. I can see that. And all the like moths being attracted to a flame. I can see all the jivas, 8 billion humans and other forms, 84 lakh yonis, they are rushing into your mouth. He's destroying everything and he's creating everything at once. It's even very crazy to even visualize that kind of thing. So he is terrified and he says, and who are you? What is this? And what is your mission? Why are you like this? Terrifying, Arjuna asks Krishna, which is when one more very beautiful verse, which is this one was, this verse comes up, 32. When Arjuna asks him, who are you? What are you all about? He says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Kalosmi Lokakshayakrit Pravruddho. Okay. Lokan samahritam iha pravrittaha. Rutepi tvam na bhavishyanti sarve. Ye vasisthaha pratyani keshu yodhaha. Kalosmi. He is declaring, I am the mighty time. Lokakshayakrit, I am the source of destruction that comes forth to annihilate the world. So basically he is saying, I am Kala and I destroy everyone. That is Bhagavan. That is my mission, to destroy the worlds. Imagine. Creation is one, then I destroy also. And even whether you like it or not, in that specific context, Krishna is saying, all the warriors that you see and you're worried that I'm going to kill them, no. I have been destroying a people and I'll destroy everyone. That is Kala. It devours up everything. Even as we are sitting here and even as we experience Kala in our limited perception, limited frame of reference, also we know that Kala devours everything. This moment is gone, it's eaten up. The moment I say the words, they are eaten up. Isn't it? So I am Kala. So Oppenheimer, the fellow who invented the first atomic bomb, and we know that now that the movie has also come, he always went about with the Bhagavad Gita in his pocket, and he was a scholar of the Gita. And when the bomb was dropped, the destruction was so great on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I believe this is the verse that he spontaneously uttered when the bomb was dropped, that, oh, it has come, that destruction. He has come as time, the destroyer of the worlds, he said. So he says, I am the time and I beyond space also. Time is beyond space. Time is beyond space. The vastness and depth of time is scary for a small mind like ours. But if we understand time, there is nothing to fear. That's why we have the phrase Kalaya Tasmai Namaha. You know, time is so, it is Bhagavan. And so we do namaskara to time. Whatever you give me, I'll take it. Thank you. This is your shasana. This is your rule. This is your purpose. I will take whatever time brings and whatever time takes away. I'm grateful to it. And I bow to it. I have great reverence to time, Kala. He is Bhagavan himself. And the mission of God is, I am time. Who are you? I am time. What is your mission? I am destroying everything. Simple. That is what is life all about. Bhagavan is telling in one verse, what is life? So, then Krishna, what should I do then? Okay, what is my, as a Hulu Manava, as a mere mortal, knowing that you are time and you are going to destroy everything, what should I do is the question that you and I would ask. So, Krishna answers that also in the next sloka. He says, Tasmat, therefore, Tvam Uttishta, arise, Yasholabhasva, attain honor, Jiva Shatrun Bhunkshva Rajyam Samruddham, conquer your foes and enjoy prosperous rulership. Mayyevaite nihata purvameva nimittamatram bhava savyasachin. See, this phrase is very, very famous and often quoted. These warriors who stand in front of me and me are already dead. And you will only be an instrument in my hands, Arjuna. Don't you think that you are killing them? See, that was how the whole of Bhagavad Gita started in the first chapter. I cannot kill these people. So now Bhagavan is telling him, you are just a mere instrument. You are nothing. I am the one who is doing everything through you. Therefore, arise and attain your honor. Uttishta, Yasholabhasva. You performed your fullest potential. All of us have got some talents, some abilities, something or other Bhagavan has given us specially for us. He has created the instruments called body mind so that he can work through it. See, that is the main thing here. And therefore, make full use of it. Rise to your fullest potential. Nimitta bhatram bhava. You are a mere instrument in my hands. You are a puppet. So, don't think too much. Act spontaneously. See, Bhagavan is not saying you be mindless. He has given the mind and intellect also for us to think, to employ our viveka, vairagya, and then act as in. Only when you have all this shama, damadhi, shat sampatti, only then you are becoming a perfect instrument of God. When the raga and dvesha are gone from the mind, I want this, I don't want this, I like this, I don't like that. Unless that like, dislike is there, I'm still a very, very limited, small creature. If I have to be the fullest instrument of God, then all that, keep it aside. It is not God's quality. To become the instrument of God, I have to become empty like a bamboo so that the music flows. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachi. Here, the term savyasachi is given to Arjuna. He calls him a savyasachi. Savyasachi means ambidextrous. Arjuna was able to shoot arrows from both his hands, left and right. So, in this context, when Krishna says savyasachi, he is actually reminding him, look, you have got these talents. Who gave you these talents of being ambidextrous or being a greatest archer? It's me. Why have I given you this? Because I want you to be my instrument. Through you, I want to accomplish this. Through you, I want to... Dharma sanstapana is my mission. And through you and the other Pandavas, I'm doing it. He reminds Arjuna of his talents so that he is able to rise to the occasion, keeping aside all his doubts, and see how patiently God is removing all his doubts. Chapter after chapter after chapter, God is telling him. And so this nimitta matram bhava savyasachi is not a call for laziness for everyone. On the contrary, like Vivekananda said, arise awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Because God is always at work. Do we see God resting? Of course, in the picture, he is always resting on the Ananta Shesha. But as the Vishnu, as the creator of this universe, as the creator, as the sustainer, as the is always at work, not a moment's respite. And that is how all of us need to work. Do not rest. Just you do your job in the material world and in your inner world. No rest. Just go on doing. So what is God's work? Dharma sanstapana. Isn't it? Atmano mokshartam jagadhitaya. That is what the call has been given by our Guru. In case we are confused what we are supposed to do, in our lives, we just do our duties as mother or as a teacher or whatever, employer, employee, whatever it is, to the best of the ability, with dharma in mind and with the bigger picture and for the greater good, almost making myself so insignificant that my needs don't come to the forefront. All these things are important while I'm working in the secular world. And then I have my spiritual needs, which we are all doing. Okay. And so after Krishna says all this, Arjuna is shivering and he's praying, he's overwhelmed, he's overcome, and he's ashamed. And you know what he says? Listening to all the glories of Bhagwan, he says, oh my God, I had taken you for granted, like most of us have till now. We have taken everything for granted, isn't it? So he says, oh, I'm so sorry. I addressed you as a friend. Sakheti matva, thinking of you as my friend. Prasabham yaduktam. I have made a terrible mistake. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Saka. I addressed you so casually. Hey Krishna, come here. Hey, take my chariot here and go. I have been ordering you. Ajñāta mahimanam tvadevam maya pramadat pranayena vapi. I am so sorry. I have not given the translation here. He says, I have thinking of you as my friend. I have presumptuously addressed you as, oh Krishna, oh Yadava, oh Madhusudana, oh, come here, my friend. And sometimes I have put my legs on your chest and I have slept. Sometimes I have slapped you on the back very, in a friendly manner. I have joked about you. I have treated you as a very, very common person. I was ignorant of your majesty and I have treated you as my charioteer in this war. I have been commanding you and I have taken advantage of your affection. I have been negligent about you. And he prays for Krishna's forgiveness. He says, if I have, in fun, if I have treated you with disrespect while playing, while eating, while resting, while sitting, when alone or before anyone else, for all that I crave your forgiveness. Arjuna is craving the forgiveness of Bhagavan in this manner. Arjuna's prayer is our prayer too, isn't it? We are also guilty of the same. Even if we have insulted another person intentionally, that also counts as insulting Bhagavan. If it is needed, if the anger or the criticism is justified, fine, but there should not be bitterness in me. That is the main thing here. If you have real bitterness within you and you express it, that is an insult to God. Otherwise, in the transactional world, yes, bad has to be called out, the right thing has to be done, like how Krishna is doing. He's asking Arjuna to kill the adharmis. All that is fine. But my inner attitude has to be always that of peace and calm. There is no space for any of the arishadvairis and ragadveshas inside me. That is an insult to Bhagavan. Okay. And then in the later verses, and then Arjuna requests Bhagavan to withdraw this Vishvaroopa Darshana because he cannot simply bear it. Enough. Okay, thank you so much. You have given me the darshan. But I want to see your Madhura form as the Krishna that I have known, with his flute, with his peacock feather, with his smile, with his gentle smile. He requests Bhagavan to withdraw his Vishvaroopa Darshana and come back to this one. And God obliges. He comes back to his Madhura form. And in the last few shlokas, which is 54 and 55, which we are doing now, Bhagavan gives us the proper understanding of how to behave. See, totally confused now Arjuna is. Even though Bhagavan is telling him, Nimitta matram bhava, everything, still Bhagavan will reiterate the points that he has said. With one more is the... Okay, that was the same thing. Thinking of you, I presumptuously addressed you as, oh Krishna, oh Yadava, oh my dear friend. I was ignorant of your majesty, showing negligence and undue affection. And if justfully I treated you with disrespect while playing, resting, sitting, eating, when alone or before others, for all that I beg your forgiveness. So let us all beg the forgiveness of Bhagavan for taking him supremely for granted. And so this is the shloka 11.54, which we should all chant because it is one of the selected shlokas given by our Sadguru Prabhuji. Okay. Okay. Bhakta tu ananyayā. I'll just read it out first and then we will go with the meter. Bhaktyā tu ananya śhakya aham evaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa. Bhaktyā tvananyayā śhakya aham evaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa. Yes, people can chant.
Bhaktyā ananyayā śhakya aham evaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Yes.
Bhaktyā tvananyayā śhakya aham evaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Bhaktyā tvananyayā śhakya. Jaishi ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಪ್ಪು ಹೇಳ್ದಿ. Ananyaya.
Bhaktva ananyayā śhakya aham evaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ. No, it's okay. Just the next person.
Draṣhṭuṁ.
Okay, next. Who wants to go next?
Bhaktyā tvananyayā śhakya ahamevaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Be nice, Chandra. Sneha, next.
Yes, sorry, I was not able to unmute suddenly.
Okay.
Bhaktyā tvananyayā śhakya ahameva vidhorjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Beautiful. Yes. Amale?
Bhaktyā tvananyayā śhakya ahamevaṁ vidhorjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Yes, lovely.
Bhaktyā tvananyayā śhakya ahamevaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yaridare. Shweta, you want to go? Vadayar, Rao, Padmaja, Kamala.
I'll tell.
Yes.
Bhaktyā tvananya śhakya ahamevaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Yes. Parantapa. Ashte. Okay.
Parantapa.
Okay. Kamala? Shweta. Yes, Rao.
No, Kamala can go. I'll go next.
Bhaktyā tvananyayā śhakya ahamevaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca parantapa.
Very beautiful. Yes, Shweta Rao.
Bhaktyā
Ananyaya.
tvananyayā śhakya aham evaṁ-vidho Arjuna jñātuṁ draṣhṭuṁ ca tattvena praveṣhṭuṁ ca
Parantapa.
parantapa.
Very nice. Ramamani, are you free to chant? Amale? Shweta Rao. Ramamani, yes. Okay. Shweta Vadiyar, will you take a shot at it?
Sure.
Shweta Vadiyar. Bhaktya tu ananyaya śhakya.
Bhaktyā tu ananyashakya,
Ananyaya.
ananyaya shakya,
Aham evaṁ-vidho
aham evaṁ-vidho
Arjuna.
Arjuna.
jñātuṁ
Jñātuṁ,
draṣhṭuṁ
draṣhṭuṁ,
cha tattvena
cha tattvena,
praveṣhṭuṁ
praveṣhṭuṁ,
cha parantapa.
cha parantapa.
Yes, Jayashree.
भक्त्या त्वनन्यशक्यः अहमेवं-विधो ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप.
Very nice. Okay. ಇನ್ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಮಾಮಣಿ, if you are free, you can chant. Otherwise, we can go for the ಇದು. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಓ ಅರ್ಜುನ, by unalloyed devotion alone, ananya bhaktiಯಿಂದ ಮಾತ್ರ I can be known as I am standing before you. See, here Bhagavan is saying everyone can have this Vishvaroopa darshana, not just Arjuna. Everyone can have. How? Only by ananya bhakti. Undiluted devotion to me, all of you can have this Vishvaroopa darshana. Thereby, on receiving my divine vision. So what next? Okay, I gave you the vision. What next? Parantapa, O scorcher of foes. That is the adjective is used here for Arjuna. One can enter into union with me. So, jñātuṁ. Now that you have known me, all of us are in this process of knowing God. What is God all about? What is this jnana of God? To know that God is everything. That is the jnana that one should get. Whatever marga you take, jnana, bhakti, evo, thousands of margas are there. But ultimate jnana is to realize that God is ultimate. God is one, God is ultimate. Jñātuṁ. By knowing that God is ultimate, I am ultimate. Draṣhṭuṁ. By seeing my mystical vision, by seeing this, by getting to see and experience the mystical vision of mine, praveṣhṭuṁ, you will be able to enter into me. This entering God is God realization, becoming one with God. So God is saying, you will be able to know me, you will be able to experience me, and you will be able to become one with me. See, if you remember, we have these 4 types of yogas: Salukya, Sayujya, Sarupya, Samipya, isn't it? The way you become closer and closer to God is this process. Can anyone explain these terms? Salukya, Samipya, Sayujya. Nirmala? Yarig gottidu Salukya, Sayujya? I'm sure most of us are familiar with these terms, no? Yes or no? Anyone?
No, Purnima.
No, Purnima.
But I won't be able to explain.
Okay. Kamala? All of us know, I think.
No, yeah, I'm a little confused, Purnima ji.
Okay. Okay. So the bhaktas experience this stage by stage. This samipya to God, they'll experience stage by stage. One is salokya. They'll occupy the same space as God, the same loka as God. If I'm a Krishna bhakta, I'll be in Goloka all the time, having the visions of Goloka and all that. Salokya, the same loka as God. And then Sarupya, you have visions of the beautiful form of God, like how Ramakrishna used to have a vision of Kali. And so many saints we have, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of Krishna, Meera of Krishna, Sarupya. And they will also start dressing as God and going about. Recently we had one fellow dressing up as Radha Krishna. He was a man, but he used to dress up as Radha because he was in love with Krishna. So that is something like Sarupya. And then Samipya is you get closer and closer to God. Even I am not too, I mean, I am not, maybe not giving a perfect explanation of these terms. And then Sayujya is to become one with God. Anyway, this is all the process of getting to know God better and better. So God is saying you can know me, you can see me, and you can be with me. How? One more verse he will explain in the next verse. The last verse of this chapter. mat-karma-kṛt mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣhu yes samameti yah samameti pāṇḍava. mat-karma-kṛt. Kṛin anta bandide. That's because it's a, if you read it together, it will become like that. You can mat-karma-kṛt mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣhu yah samam eti pāṇḍava. mat-karma-kṛt mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣhu yah samameti pāṇḍava. People can chant. Chandra?
Rama. mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣhu yas samameti pāṇḍava.
Yes. Next.
mat-karma mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ
One nimsha. mat-karma-kṛt mat-paramo
mat-karma-kṛt mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu yah samameti pāṇḍava.
Sneha.
mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu yah samam eti pāṇḍava.
Yes. Amele. Kamla.
mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu yah samameti pāṇḍava.
Nice. Indra.
mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu yah samameti pāṇḍava. Pāṇḍava.
Okay. Indra.
mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu yah samameti pāṇḍava.
Good. Amele. Jayashree. Padmaja. Yes.
mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu yah samameti pāṇḍava.
Good.
mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu yah samameti pāṇḍava.
Yes. Suma. Yeah.
mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramo mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu yah samameti pāṇḍava.
Very nice. Shweta. Rao.
mat-karma-kṛin mat-paramam mad mad-bhaktaḥ saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣhu yah sammāmeti pāṇḍava.
Yes, Shweta, what dear? Yat karma krit
mat-karma-kṛin
mat-karma-kṛt
mat-karma-kṛin
mat-paramo
mat-paramo
mad-bhaktaḥ
mad-bhaktaḥ
saṅga-varjitaḥ
saṅga-varjitaḥ
nirvairaḥ
nirvairaḥ
sarva-bhūteṣhu
sarva-bhūteṣhu
yah samāmeti pāṇḍava.
yah samāmeti pāṇḍavah.
Now here Bhagavan is giving a formula, five-pronged action on our part. How we can get his salokya, samipya, sayujya, everything. How to get his darshana, how to know him and how to become him. He is giving a 5-point formula. Yenadu? mat-karma-kṛt. Do all your actions for me. All karmas you dedicate to me. mat-paramo. Regard me as the highest. mad-bhaktaḥ. Love me. saṅga-varjitaḥ. Do not you be detached from the world, free from attachment. Nirvairaḥ. Don't have enmity towards anyone. That means don't have dvesha to anyone. Sarva-bhūteṣhu, towards everyone. Yasa mameti pāṇḍava. Such a person will attain to me. Don't have attachment and don't have malice also towards everything. Raga dvesha rahita. So, dedicate your actions to me, become my lover, and consider me as the ultimate. Don't have raga, don't have dvesha. Simple, no? This is a simple plan of action that Bhagavan has given all of us. What do you think? Kashtana, easy na?
Sounds easy, but difficult.
Yeah, so simple. It's a moral science class.
Yeah, it is.
Saying all this, but we know, we have been there, done that, and we know how difficult it is. So this particular shloka, Adi Shankara has said, this is the essence of all of Gita. Of course, there are many shlokas which can qualify to be called as the essence of Gita. But Adi Shankara says this is the sarva-Gita Shastra Saram. See, this is the ultimate bodhana that God can give us. What else can he tell, Papa? He's been telling in chapter after chapter, but this is one such shloka. Those who want moksha, Jivan Mukti, should take these 5 points very, very seriously. And Madhusudana Saraswati also says, this is meant for practice, not for chanting, not for memorizing. It is for understanding, assimilating, and practicing. So here, if you notice, at 3 levels, God has given body, mind, intellect level. At body level, what I should do? mat-karma-kṛt. All the actions I dedicate to God, and all my actions I give it to God. mat-karma-kṛt. So, how is this body? And then mat-paramaha, to the intellect. I have to know through the intellect, through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, through the study of the Gita and all, I should understand that, yes, God is ultimate. He is the Parama. There is nothing higher than God. That is through the intellect. And through the heart or the mind, what I should do? I should become his dasa. I should become his bhakta. Isn't it? So body, mind, intellect is the instruments God has given. And for all 3, he has given a formula. Do this. Then with this kind of body, mind, intellect, when I am dealing with the world, what I should do? I should be saṅga-varjitaḥ. I should be free from attachment. Because my body, mind, intellect is now pure and doing God's work. And sarva-bhūteṣhu, towards everything, nirvairaḥ, no dvesha, no vaira towards anything. This is the 5-point formula. Then what will happen? Mameti, you will attain to me, my dear, if you behave yourself, conduct yourself in this manner. You will realize me, you will experience me, and you will come to me. Ashte. This is the ultimate thing that Bhagavan is saying. So how to have this mat-parama, how to get that bhava of that God is everything anta?
My
That-
favorite is
Ah.
Nimitta Matra Bhavasavya Sachin, which is your
Yes.
DP.
Which used to be my DP for some time, correct? Remind ourselves, no, ayo deva. Otherwise, so
One
easy.
day,
Ah,
one neurosurgeon did a fantastic surgery on Sadhguru.
yes.
And you know who is dancing? The
Hmm.
scalpel.
Scalpel is dancing. Correct.
Scalpel, it cut. The skull of Sadhguru is dancing. See, what a beautiful job I did. Wow, what a perfect cut I did. It's
Hmm.
like that. If you say you are very good, that's what it means. You're just an instrument in God's hand. Just be
Hmm.
that.
He is the
Don't
Parama.
over credit yourself. Yes,
Hmm.
you are very obedient. You just did what God asked you to
You
do.
are a good instrument to that
Good
extent.
instrument.
Yeah.
You're sharp.
Yeah.
You did well.
You are not rusted. So good. Well done.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Well done.
But that ends your jurisdiction
That's it.
to
Because,
pat yourself.
because he is the Parama. Without his energy flowing through me, can I do anything? Just imagine how much I take it for granted. Trunamapi na chalati tena vina. Even a blade of grass will not move, bhaiya. What
I
about
am
you?
a beautiful puppet in the string of the Lord. Ishvara sarva-bhūtānaṁ hriddeche Arjuna tishtati brahmin sarva-bhūtāni yantrarudhani mayaya.
Beautiful. You're just yantras.
We are just yantra.
Our
See, first, this is the best example for, first is, all the four things say, quickly I tell you.
yes.
Samritya, no, what is that?
Sarupya.
No, that is third.
Salokya.
Salokya, then Samipya, then Sarupya, then Sayujya.
Correct.
I'm a young girl, I'm 16 years old. First, what I do, I go on chanting his name. I've fallen in love with him. I go on chanting his name. And what I get is, I get into his world. I'm observing him. Okay. Next is Salokya, then Sarupya. As I go on chanting, I'm trying to emulate what all he is doing. So I get his rupa. No, I get his nearness. I come close to him. And then I'm going on imitating him. He does this, I do this. He does this, I do this. He walks like this, I try to walk like him. So that comes Sarupya. Then I get married to him. I get into Sayujya. I become one with him.
Union. Yeah.
Union. So this I'm trying to explain in a layman's language. This we'll understand better.
Yep.
First stage. When you are very devoted to God, you will notice in time, most of the disciples of the Guru will look like the Guru.
They start talking like the Guru.
Yes.
Same words,
Imitating.
same mannerisms, everything will come.
Yeah, imitating. That's what.
Okay. Thank you, Nirmala. Yes. Malay, anything people wants to add, want to add anything to it? How to, develop, how to realize that God is everything? Unless that becomes my goal in life, I'll not be able to do it. My whole entire goal in life has to be to realize that God is everything. If I don't have that lakshya in me, it will be easy to forget. Then what happened? I'll start trying to get the security through others, through the world, through family, through friends, through money, through possessions, through, work, through profession. All that is fine, but my ultimate resting place has to be God. That is what we should cultivate. So unless I know indubitably that God is the ultimate, then everything is an exercise in futility. So mat-paramo. First you realize that I am the ultimate. Don't you ever forget it. And let that be the lakshya of your life. See, once there was this talk, TED talk by an Apple executive. And he was asked, his thing was to describe how they are the most coveted, most premium, in that space, mobile and the electronic space, why they are a premium, considered a premium institution. And he says any organization should address these 3 points, what are they doing, how are they doing, and why they are doing it. Vision and mission statement should have these 3. What am I doing? Easy. I'm doing laptops, I'm doing iPads, I'm doing mobile, handsets, everything. What? How am I doing? I have the best infrastructure, I hire the best people, I have the best coders, I have the best practices in place, blah, blah, blah. How I'm doing everything. Why I am doing it? That is what defines my company. Why am I doing it? I want to give the best user experience for my customers. That is the why of this Apple. Like that, all of us have to define the why in our life. Why am I doing anything at all? So now, as a mumukshu, I will say to realize God. Why am I doing anything? What is my life all about? It is about realizing God. No, Nirmala, what do you say? So Gandhiji was asked, who are you? Are you a politician? Are you a social reformer? Are you this? Are you that? Are you an influencer? He said, I'm everything, but if you ask me, I'm a simple man in search of God. That was his ultimate answer. Okay. So that's how let us make God our ultimate refuge. Mat-paramo. That is how we can consider God as Parama. When we consider God as the Parama, then it is easy to love God also, because there lies my security. There lies my security. How do I love God? Like how Arjuna said, by not ignoring him, by acknowledging his presence in each and every moment of my life, by dedicating everything to him, mat-karma-kṛin, everything I do for God. That the other day in our JJ session, Mamtaji was talking about karma yoga. And she gave the example of Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, he was heading a project, and nobody wanted to take up that project because it was either tough or it was not very it was not very beneficial, or it was considered a bad project to head it. But Prabhuji, everyone rejected it, but Prabhuji took it up because he said, I'm doing it not for the boss, not for the company, not for myself. I'm doing it for God. And that project was a great success. What was considered a dead-end project became a great success. That has to be our attitude towards any work that even the most menial job, do it for God. The most sacred of jobs, do it for God. Japa, tapa, dhyana, everything, all the sacred spiritual work, do it for God. All the secular work that I do, work, home, studies, this, that, everything, do it for God. Then the bridge between sacred and secular will collapse. Everything will become sacred. So that is just about this chapter. Any thoughts? Please share. What do you feel? What is your takeaway? One line takeaway, all of us, and we can close the session.
For me, the greatest takeaway from this last shloka was to not have enmity against anyone.
Yes. Howdu. Bitterness in the heart should go completely. Yeah. Amale, who else?
Why? When you have bitterness, believe it or not, you hate that person so much that you can think nothing else but that fellow. You'll go on thinking, that fellow, he insulted me. How dare he did that to me? What does he think of himself? I tell you, I have somehow to take revenge. I have to teach him a lesson. I'm very angry with him. How dare, how dare, how dare, how can he treat me so lowly? This is what is going on in my mind.
Yeah.
There is no calm, there is no peace. I hate that person. Whole body, my insides are getting poisoned.
Burnt up.
Burning,
Evaluating his blood pressure and diabetes.
You get BP and diabetes. Yeah.
I can smell something burning.
So that is why Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, even your hatred you direct towards God. You call him anything, that is called nindastuti. Baiko nin, devrun ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ baiko, he doesn't mind.
In Mahabharata war,
it doesn't burn you.
What he did, he went on asking Duryodhana, what is this Krishna saying? That is all the time he said, and he got moksha. He got moksha much before everybody. Because he was constantly thinking of him.
Direct your complaints.
Ravana, Hiranyakashipu,
all the demons.
All these people, they said, if they come down, oh, please save us, God. When they were cursed, he said, what thing we can do so that we can come back early?
Yes.
He said, you hate me.
Hate me. Kamsa also, all these Rakshasas, who hated Krishna, they all got moksha. So when we read these stories without understanding, we'll see why. See, all these demons are getting moksha. What about me? I'm such a nice person. I'm not getting moksha.
Even the Shishupala.
Shishupala also. They were all Jaya Vijaya avatars, no?
No. Get straight into Krishna's heart. And here Yudhishthira was crying, I'm performing a big yajna. And look at this Krishna, what he did. He performed Narahatya. Oh my God, Brahmahatya. This thing is tarnished.
Correct. That is another thing, Nirmala. You brought out a beautiful point. This Arjuna, mat-karma-kṛin, dedicate all your actions to me. Arjuna, he took all the instructions of Krishna without doubting even for a second. All on the face of it, all adharmic acts in the Mahabharata war, in the Kurukshetra war. Kill Drona, utter a lie, kill Bhishma, put him in a bed of arrows, behead Karna. See, on the face of it, so adharmic. But Arjuna just followed instructions of Bhagavan, dedicated to Bhagavan, and it did it. Because the big picture was they were the adharmis and they were to be eliminated, isn't it? That is how Arjuna was the most beautiful bhakta of Krishna. So Samay is very entertained with Nirmala's narration. Kalosmi.
No, he is telling, wow, he's telling like this to me.
Yeah, okay. So what is your take? Yes.
This thing is, what? Yada hi dharmasya glanir-bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tada manam srijamyaham. When the time comes, Krishna has come to be on the side of Dharma and vanquish all the evils.
Is why he is called pāṇḍava paksha. Right? Okay.
Dharma paksha.
Pāṇḍava pakshi. He is a pāṇḍava pakshi. Dharma.
Yeah, he's Dharma pakshi.
Correct. So Shweta, what is one liner about your takeaway, all of us, and we'll close.
There is a lot to inculcate, and whenever I do something, I'll be questioning myself, what, how, why. This is there, since many days I'm practicing this. I get answers very, okay. There are no words to express the whatever I, get And I have been seen that I have seen that changes also. If something is out of my control, it's up to God. I'll tell and I'll be like, okay,
That's the
that's
best.
it.
That's the only thing one can do. Good, Shweta. Thank you.
That's it. That practice is in, it has imbibed in my mind. Like, whenever something is going around or, some, whatever it is, like it is there in my mind. Now I can, make a sense of it. Like, what's happening? Why is it happening? How is it happening? So again, I make myself that, do I have to respond or do I have to react to that situation? So sometimes, I react, but after reacting, I analyze myself, I should not have done this.
That's
So then,
great.
like, I take, my mind to a right track. Okay, no, this is not the thing. You should be on this track. That's it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, Jayashree. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. All work I do. Earlier, I was expecting lot of expectations where my work should be praised, acknowledged, and everything. Now, all work I say Krishnarpanamastu, and no attachment to the work done also. Do it well and Krishnarpanamastu for
Done.
everything.
Ashte. I'm a nimitta matra. I've done whatever I could. Ashte. Mugit.
Yes.
Done. Chandra.
Just surrender to God, Amma.
Ashte. Simple. Yeah. Kamla.
Acceptance, Purnimaji. Whatever is happening,
Mm.
accept it as it is.
Very good. Yes, Neha.
Having said all this, I mean, we try to inculcate this in our daily lives, but fallouts are there, right? But in my opinion, it has to be taken as, again, stepping stones to progress. The regret, again, like I feel this element called regret is an enmity against your own mind. So it has to be looked at it as an enmity, and as much as possible, we shouldn't regret. We should watch the regret, and it should die down.
True. See, as long as the lesson has been taken, no need to hold on to it.
Yes.
We regret something because we feel we have done something wrong.
Hmm.
So fine, that experience is done, that lesson has been taken by me, and then drop it. That's it.
Hmm.
Don't repeat
For
it.
me, usually the regret is I could have done better in any situation.
Can I add something to this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. See, anything, if it is like a, you are keeping in mind, we ourselves are, having a baggage. It's like a baggage. We are, piling up that baggage. Instead of that, experience it, learn from it, leave it there. Whenever you come across next time with this kind of experience, you can have, you will get to know that, oh, this is what I had come across, and I can go ahead like this also. I can do better myself. This is what I am doing.
Right.
All right. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಶ್ವೇತಾ ರಾವ್.
Purnimaji, actually, what was the question? I missed that.
From today's class, any one-liner takeaway?
Oh, one line takeaway. Yeah, definitely. I think I like the nimitta matra, right? That's what I really like. But also last week when you asked me about prayer, I said it's about having the grace to accept God's will as it appears. So do the work, gracefully accept what is yours. That's all.
Very nice. Suma.
Yeah, for me, like it is like sarvam kalvitam brahma, just see God in everything. That was my takeaway. Yeah.
Right. Padmaja. Padmaja has got a Brahmastra. Yeah. Okay, Padmaja, no need to add.
This session takeaway would be mat-para. Understand God is ultimate. And then saṅga-varjitaḥ nirvairaḥ, free from attachments and have no enmity.
Very beautiful.
These 3 words I'll take it up.
Yes. Nice. Mine too. Indra?
like the no bitterness, whatever happens, deal it at the same moment, and don't keep the bitterness in the heart. After, well, this was going on, I realized where I stand. Like, I think I've started following that. Recently, some few things happened, and which I felt it was not appropriate. I just spoke at that moment and I left it. Now I'm trying to recall after now while the session was going on, I'm not able to remember what I told or what happened also, why the issue came up and why I spoke. So it's just gone out of the mind. So that means I don't keep the baggage or the bitterness in the heart, I guess.
Yes.
So I've realized where I stand.
Okay. Very good, Indra. That is also the case with most of us, I'm sure. We are not hanging on to things. It's in the flow of things. We say things. It's fine, and you don't stick to it. And in the similar manner, don't hold the other person responsible for what happened some 20, 30 years ago, or even yesterday. Drop it.
Yes.
That is very important. Drop it. Right? So
Yes.
whatever it is for the others also. We have to give that the benefit of doubt, and the long rope we have to give to other people also. Yes. All right. Thank you, people. Let us meet in the next class, which is Bhakti Yoga. By the way, we are almost at the end of this Bhagavad Gita sessions, because we have only some 10 to 12 shlokas left, because the other chapters are more of a repetition of what has happened. God has told us everything that is to be told. Bhakti Yoga chapter is very, very small, and a lot has been said about Bhakti. Chapter 12 is Bhakti Yoga. Chapter 13 is Ksehtra Vibhaga Yoga. Thoda little long it is. And the most important shlokas come in the 18th chapter. So just about 10-12 shlokas, and we'll be done with the Bhagavad Gita Manana of the 126 shlokas. So let us see. We'll go with the next week and see how it goes. Okay. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, lokaah samastaah sukhino bhavantu. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम् श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्